It's a beautiful evening for action in the USL Championship as we welcome you here to Louisville, Kentucky. Two teams with their sights set on controlling their respective conferences. FC Tulsa #1 in the West and Lou City #2 in the East, but that's only because they had the off week last week. Charleston leapfrogs them by 1 point for the East. With you. You take a look though, Brian, at this Lou City team at home. They're unbeaten here, and they're outscoring teams by 9 goals.
Because they're always keeping themselves in the game. They're not as conceding as much as they did last season. They were lighting up the scoreboard last season. This time they're second only to Charleston, but defensively, they're the top of the heap. They
have scored multiple goals 6 times at home this season. And a big reason why is the play of Philip Goodrum, the June Player of the Month, has caught fire. 8 goals since May 1st.
Quintessential #9. Constant movement in the box. He's physical enough to win headers and convert, but his technique in shooting is second to no one in this league.
FC Tulsa, conversely, they come in riding an 8-match unbeaten run, and they have jumped to the top of the table. Their 8 wins and +8 goal differential among the best in the West as they try to hold off San Antonio, New Mexico, and others. And it's because they have one of the best goal scorers in this league, Taylor Calera.
The ball, always pressing when the other team has the ball. He's like the best defender. Their first defenders, we should say, but his conversion from the penalty spot and in the 18-yard box, absolutely epic this season.
FC Tulsa are unbeaten in their last 8. They haven't lost in 78 days, but they won on this field 2 years ago. Louisville on the other side, they've won 6 of their last 7 regular season games. What gives tonight? Kickoff next.
Toyota gives you the power of choice with more electrified hybrid choices than anyone else.
Like this new all-hybrid Camry.
And the stylishly fun-to-drive Corolla. Now get 4.99 APR financing on a new 25 gas-powered Corolla or any new Camry. Lease a Corolla from $199 a month or Camry from $279 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. That's the power of choice. Toyota, let's go places.
Summer is heating up with beach vacations, road trips, backyard barbecues, and fireworks. So fuel your summer with MyCard, only from Commonwealth Credit Union. MyCard gives you 3 points for every dollar you spend on transportation and travel, and 1.5 points for everything else, all with no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees. Don't have MyCard? Don't flip out. Flip the balance with a balance transfer and fuel your summer with MyCard, only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
I have always been a big news junkie, always looking for news instead of finding it on social media. That is why I use the WDRB News app. It's all the information right from your backyard. It's Louisville, it's Southern Indiana. It's also a lot of national news. So no more sifting, no more searching. It's all right here on the app.
Chris Suter on WDRB Mornings. Local news, weather, and traffic each weekday morning, bright and early from 5 till 10.
A $100 ticket gives you a chance to win a brand new home in Mount Washington. Visit WDRB.com and click on the St. Jude Dream Home tab to enter. Every ticket sold helps ensure that no family at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital receives a bill for treatment.
For the 4th consecutive year, Lou City partners with Norton Children's to honor Ezekiel Nzambi, signing a 1-game contract on Thursday. He suffered a stroke at age 2 and has been healing ever since. Danny Cruz excited to have him a part of the group tonight. Let's take a look at the starting 11 brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. And of course, we have our Commonwealth Credit Union player to watch, Philip Goodrum, up top for Danny Cruz in this match.
Yeah, he's going to lead the line up top. But what about that back line? The Kiwi, Adams, Jones, and Sean Tosh missed the minutes himself. He has like a gazillion minutes in USL Championship history. He's back in that defensive lineup with Landa Van Davila right in front of them.
The all-time leader in minutes in the USL, back in the 11. And meanwhile for FC Tulsa, this is how they line up. We mentioned Calera up top, but this group has been in really fine form.
Well, it's Goodrum is Superman, Calera is Clark Kent. 8 goals in 10 games. They've sort of matched each other over the last couple of days. But Weber, the South African, what a gain in the middle of this season to get him on board. He's been dynamic. And of course, Sissoko, the big Frenchman, just in front of Peñada. supporting his goalkeeper and defending the anchor at the back line.
So we're just about ready to kick off here tonight. FC Tulsa in the white and green kits. It's the all-purples for Louisville City, and we are ready for action as you take a look at Luis Arroyo, our official tonight for the 7th time. He gets the whistle, he blows it, and we're underway here this evening in the Commonwealth. It's Louisville City and FC Tulsa for the 10th meeting. All right, should be a fascinating matchup here tonight.
Mike, when I heard we had this match this week, I was excited from Monday. So thank goodness it's Saturday.
There is Luke Spencer, the man that scored the game winner in the 2018 USL Cup final against Phoenix Rising. He is back here at Lynn Family Stadium, and what a job he has done after starting his coaching career with the Louisville Boys Academy. He's back on the sideline against his former side as a whistle and a foul here against, I think it was Goodrup on that long kick, but there is Luke Spencer, and he won 2 championships as a player here. He began his coaching time for 4 years with the Lou City Boys Academy director, followed Dennis Sanchez to FC Tulsa, would be an assistant and would earn the full-time role in November of 2024, his first season, and what a ride it's been for him so far.
And we're going to talk more about the Louisville culture, but what a place to earn your reps, to earn your stripes as a player, Spencer, and then now taking that sort of attitude to the coaching ranks.
Flags up here for offside. Calera slightly off. Danny Cruz, meanwhile, guides this group in after the friendly loss to La Liga's Leganes last week, 2-1. He said that it was a good opportunity to build up some minutes for his side, to get some of the players action. They played over 30 different players in that 2-1 loss to the Spanish side last week, but wants to see his team continue to find that consistency. The last time they played a league match was a clean sheet. That was one big box that they needed to check.
Only a team like Louisville in the USL Championship could get a team like Leganes over here at summertime to play a practice match. What a bit of exposure for these players to see something different, a different style of play, new players to go up against. It's only going to improve this team. And Danny Cruz, something didn't sit right with him last year. They were scoring goals for fun, but he realized they were conceding too much, tightened things up. Now they're the best team in conceding goals in the USL Championship. And now 2.3 points per game is the highest in his 4-year tenure as a coach.
Calera plays it through. It's a heavy touch. Lost pokes it away. Second go at it. Diving out there is Lambert to deny.
And the commentators curse as we talk about defensive attributes. They almost just scored on the other end. But this is Calera. One touch, gets past his marker, puts the ball on a platter. But what about Lass? Coming out, being brave, getting there first. It's one thing to have a great backline and a great midfield, but to have a top-class goalkeeper behind that backline ensures there's just one more obstacle to get over to get the ball in the back of the net.
Some sloppy giveaways here. Weber dashes in, loses it, cross comes in, Calera pokes, Toach falls on it, and no foul there.
Kids are to him. Sean Toach is the most decorated player when it comes to minutes in this championship. He just threw his body on the ball to stop Calera from scoring. That's what it takes. It's not all glam out there. Sometimes just throwing your body around.
It's different when it's your body versus when it's your hand. Mexico-US Gold Cup final. Some people had some things to think about that.
Oh yeah. I had some choice words myself. Not gonna lie.
Commonwealth Credit Union. To learn more about how we could help you meet your financial goals, visit WeSeeYouDifferently.com.
I heard our honorary captain of the game, Ezekiel, was in Danny Cruz's ear all week long with this starting lineup, so hopefully the coach got it right.
Yeah, to finish up on Zeke, they met at a University of Louisville game when Danny Cruz was watching Josh Jones, the center back, number 24 there on the right-hand side of your screen for Lou City. His father and Zeke went up to Danny Cruz. They knew who he was, just wanted to have a chat with him. They spoke for about 30 minutes, and this relationship built, and they wanted to have him a part of the side, and he said it's just an inspiration for Lou City to have them There is Josh Jones. To have him a part of the side this week, and you can see it in some of the videos posted on social media, the fun that the boys were having with Zeke throughout the week. And now he had a chance to walk the team onto the field, wear the captain's armband, and fill out some swag for his one-game contract.
So many questions are asked. How does Louisville do this year in, year out? Every season, top of the heap. You know how? It starts from the top, Mike. It starts from the culture. It starts about caring about your community, and it starts to bleed into the players, and then it bleeds into the field. From the top all the way to the bottom. It sounds cliche-ish, but it's facts.
Law swings this ball away. Off of one head, Goodrum nods it over. Jansen Wilson juggles. He scored against Leganes last week and has too much on this as Peñaranda picks the ball up.
Well, what a touch from Goodrum into the path of Wilson. He wanted to get the return ball. Wilson just put too much mustard on it. But it just shows how dynamic they are in transition when they have the ball, Louisville. They're willing to suffer without it, but when they win back possession, let me tell you, it's direct. No side to side. Goodrum and the rest of the forwards are on their saddles heading to goal.
It's been part of the marksmanship of Lou City this year. A counter-attacking team that doesn't see a lot of the ball. Prefers not to see the ball, actually. Back to cover that is Aiden McFadden, back for loss.
And Danny Cruz made it clear early on this season, you can still control the game without the ball, with your defensive posture and your intensity.
McFadden glides this ball along. Goodrum darts, crosses, off of a deflection. It gets headed out.
Oh, beautiful.
Dia is there. Second ball from Wilson. Now McFadden laces it off of a defender's backside, and it just does fly wide.
You want to talk about hunger, you want to talk about desire. When the ball comes down the sides, Goodrum puts it into the mixer. Look at purple shirt start to convert. First touch by Dia, excellent first touch. And then the shot by Jansen Wilson. And then the follow up just wide by McFadden. But it shows the desire of the players when the ball comes into the 18-yard box. That's something you can't teach.
It's the first Wi-Fi corner of the night. And Ray Serrano slingshots this ball in, and the first man there that got a piece of it ends up sailing it high and out. It was Sean Tosh dashing to the near post.
Well, Danny Cruz was talking about his concern with FC Tulsa's ability to score off set pieces. Sean Tosh showing how good he is on corner kicks.
With soccer season in full effect, SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of Lou City. Get all your Lou City tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Well, resetting this match, Lou City in great form. If not for Charleston playing one additional game, Lou City would be atop of the East, and the Battery have an early 1-0 edge in their matchup against Miami here tonight.
What a race, huh? Charleston Battery, Louisville City. I mean, it's starting to become the norm the last 2 or 3 years. They are just go at it hammer and nail.
Meanwhile, the West seems like every year there's a new player for that #1 spot, and right now it is this FC Tulsa side, unbeaten in their last 8, their longest single season run in club history.
And in typical gunslinger fashion, 13 goals in 5 matches for FC Tulsa. That's their identity. They like to get forward, and they have dribblers, Mike. Players in the last third willing to take players on. As a result, 215 fouls won in the last third of the field. They're the top of the USL in that area.
And one man that is not going to shy away from physicality and fouls is Philip Goodrum. He is a pest, according to Danny Cruz.
You always wonder about forwards taking a hit. But the good forwards have the centre-backs icing their ankles after the game because they're the ones committed into the challenge when they don't have the ball.
The last time that FC Tulsa beat Lou City was a couple of years ago on this field, and it was Philip Goodrum that scored the game winner in the 89th minute for FC Tulsa. Now he dons the purple of Lou City. Last touch by McFadden. When we got to the park today, it was raining. It has since cleared out, and it's as comfortable as it can get for a July here in Kentucky.
This is just a soccer player's dream. The pitch is a little bit slick. There's no sun, overcast conditions. Bring it on, Saturday night.
Long throw here into the mixer, knocked out. Second ball cleared away by Lambert. The USL on ESPN2 returns July 26 for a Jägermeister Cup Round 4 matchup between Championship club Detroit City FC and League One newcomer Westchester. Saturday, July 26, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's on ESPN2. 10 minutes into this, no score between two of the top three teams. Although a pretty decent gap, 9 points between the two teams entering the evening. On the redirect, it gets funneled out wide. Across, rotates around. Weber tries to get up there. Lost, punches this ball away. Davila angles it out.
I know the Players' Shield, and I love this, by the way. I mean, in most leagues around the world, whoever wins the league is considered the best team in the league, right? Now, the Players' Shield love it, but because the schedules from the East compared to the West, vice versa, do not align as compared to other.
Ball rolls in, and Loss again has to rescue it.
In other leagues, everyone plays everyone twice, home and away. In this league, because there's so many teams, there's not an equal opportunity to play the same team on how many different occasions. I think the Players' Shield play the divided East, Players' Shield divided West, and I think that's the best format to best advertise or symbolize that award.
Is that your official pitch to swap it out?
I'm sending an email up on that.
Ball rolls harmlessly at first in the middle of the field before it's taken away. And now Weber charges. Jamie Weber tries to find space, loops this ball across. Back out, long distance shot, slices off of Jones, and now brought in by Wilson.
There's that transition again, Mike.
And that's Serrano leading the charge. Goodrum is out wide. Davila's in the middle. Ooh. Goodrum gets taken down, and our first booking of the night is going to come right here. Well, it's good transitional moment, something that Lou City does as well as any team in the USL Championship. And our first bone dry roofing yellow card here tonight goes to Lens Pierre.
Well, a mouth-watering counterattack from this Louisville team. Goodrum being brought down. Sissoko had to do it. Goodrum and Lou City will be in on goal. Yellow card. And now he's walking a tightrope for the next, here's my math, 78 minutes, 77 and a half minutes, plus extra time.
It was actually Abdoulaye Sissoko who picks up the yellow. And a third free kick for the boys in purple. Davila curls this ball all the way around. First header clears over towards Kevin Lambert. He will keep it in play. Lambert fires this ball across, and no issues for Peñaranda to pick it up.
Kevin Lambert, known for breaking up tackles, distribution in the center circle. Crosses from the right-hand side, not so much. But what a plus for Louisville to have a Jamaican international to come in and out of the lineup to shore things up in the center circle. That is a luxury.
The luxury that Lou City really has compared to a lot of the other teams in this league is ultimately depth. Brian Ownby played 15 minutes last week in the friendly against Leganes.
And he's a legend.
Yeah, one of the greatest players that this league has ever seen, top 10 all time in assists. And I asked Danny Cruz, what's the game plan for him? And he said, even if Ownby was healthy, it'd be really difficult to crack the 18 with the talent that they have on this year's roster. Whereas there's a lot of teams in the league that if Brian Ownby was available, they would be in the starting 11 without a doubt for that team.
And I love how you bring that up, but he has such great moments being a Louisville player. It's so hard for a player like Brian Ownby to maybe step away from Louisville, which is so, Louisville is so contagious. I mean, the whole aura of being a Louisville player, it's so contagious to be around that it's so hard for players to leave there.
Here goes Serrano. Serrano charges in the attack. Serrano gets cut out wide by two defenders and now fires this ball across. And it smacks the ground and rolls out for a goal kick. Another promising moment in the counterattack for Lou City, but ultimately ends without a shot.
Well, Ray Serrano is an excellent dribbler, but the defending by Sissoko and Rogers just sort of corralling him towards the sidelines is exactly how he's supposed to defend in that sort of 1v1, 1v2 situations. Two defenders not lunging into the tackle, just shepherding him out away, and now Tulsa gets back possession.
Fans, if Lou City wins, you win. This season, Lou City has partnered with Penn Station to give you a free sub with the purchase of another. The offer is valid the following day after a win. Head to any participating Louisville area Penn Station location to redeem and say Lou City won at checkout, or use promo code LouBogo25 online. They've won out a lot of subs this year. They've won 11 matches already, so I think what once was maybe a luxury for some fans, they've taken that to more of a routine at this point in the year with the amount of wins that Lou City have racked up this season. They're 11 wins, tied for first in the league through the first 16 matches of the year with Charleston.
And then they had that loss to North Carolina, and that just made them madder, because then they won the next 3 games, and I think they outscored their opponent. Hang on, somewhere here. A lot of goals to 1, put it that way. They got right back on track, and that's a credit to Danny Cruz and the coaching staff. And these players have just completely bought what Danny Cruz is selling, which means cohesiveness. The sum of parts is greater than any individual. And for all this talent to buy in, to play as a unit, just makes them an unstoppable force, and their record shows it.
My algebra tells me that a lot of goals equals 6.
A lot of goals to 1, see, I was correct.
Jones misses on this. Adams is there to clean it up. Jones back after it, and under the pressure there of Calera. And that's one thing that Danny Cruz pointed out right there. Calera's work rate off the charts. That's the #1 thing that he's noticed about one of the leading goal scorers in the league this year.
And what complements it is when he works his tail off to get into good spots. He has that technique, Mike, to finish in tight angles. He has the ability to beat a player with 1 dribble. He has ability to finish from the penalty spot on set pieces. He's skilled as well as industrious.
Long run for Dia, sets up Goodrum. He slams the brakes on. Right back, Dia fires it across, and it gets cleared away. And yet again, Lou City showcasing the speed and skill and space, setting up a second corner of the night, brought to you by Wi-Fi.
Well, when they counter, they get the ball to Serrano on Goodrum, and then the purple shirts start to file in behind them. This time it's Goodrum, little back heel, Diaz cross, and excellent cohesive defending by Tulsa. Disciplined and stayed compact. Now the last corner that came from this angle, Sean Tosh headed it just wide at the near post.
This time Serrano again near post, 3 men there. A volley from Dia, arcs into the sky. Oof. Goodrum knocks over Peñaranda, and it is a foul on Goodrum, and Calera comes in, and the 2 strikers with 8 goals apiece this year shove each other, and it's a yellow card for Goodrum.
Well, I just started to shout into the microphone over here. That had to be a yellow card. Excellent defending again. Diaz shot left a lot to be desired, but look at Goodrum just laying in to Peñaranda. No chance of getting the ball. He just wanted to put a hurting on the goalkeeper. He did that, and the referee, Arroyo, completely picked up on it and gave the number 9 a yellow card.
Bone Dry Roofing yellow. Well, Goodrum's time in Tulsa, fans will remember as nothing but positive. A record fee at the time when he was swapped out in August of 2024, nearly a year ago. He scored 38 goals in 79 appearances.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good numbers if you can put those up for Goodrum. But I think Goodrum is one of those players, when you summarize him, he's the perfect player to have on your team, but a player that you despise playing against.
Yes, like we mentioned, the centre-backs will be icing their knees after they play against Goodrum. And he plays with so much emotion. And you can understand FC Tulsa and Peñaranda. The goalkeeper always sets the tone in how the pace is played when the ball goes out of play. And Peñaranda is slowing things down, getting his FC Tulsa players back in their defensive or attacking formation now. And now that's why referee Arroyo just gave him an earful.
Of course, Goodrum and Peñaranda were both teammates last year. Goodrum shoves another man down, and again, he gets called for the foul.
I mean, even he's smiling. No chance of going through Sissoko, but he tried anyway. Sissoko had the beat on him, had the step, puts his body in between him and the number 9. Beautiful defending. An easy call for the referee.
It's been an entertaining match so far. Here we are in the 20th minute. We've yet to see a goal, but we've seen plenty of flair to this matchup so far. Lou City leads the league in points per match this year, 2.31, even better than their tally a year ago when they won the Players' Shield. And FC Tulsa having not lost in 78 days as this ball's poked forward. Loss is there to pick it up. Yet again, FC Tulsa just finding some of those seams right now with Weber, Calera, and company up top.
Well, Weber, the South African who came in earlier this season, he's just been dynamic with the ball at his feet. A little reverse pass to create the first, well, I shouldn't say first real chance, but create a good chance for Tulsa. And it just shows their ability, that sort of gunslinger attitude. Get the ball to your front three, they can create something, and the white shirts will follow up.
This portion of tonight's match presented by Toyota in the Kentuckiana Toyota dealers. This has been roughly par for the course for both of these two sides when you watch them this year. Not a lot happens in the first 20 minutes. Each team with a smattering of goals in that stretch. But the majority of the action happens right around this point for Lou City. They have scored 13 in the first half of matches, and they've scored 10 times after the 20th minute for the year.
Well, these two teams in the top three with shots in the USL Championship, and already in the opening 20 minutes, 4 shots for Louisville, 3 shots for FC Tulsa. Is living up to the hype.
Peñaranda, again under the duress of Goodrum, clears the ball, and now Adams will retreat to pick it up. You look at Lou City this year, when they win the possession battle, 1 loss, 3 draws, no wins. They're 11 wins, 1 draw when they have less than 50% of the possession. So it just shows what they're trying to get accomplished here, and they will gladly accept any turnover that you want to give them and be ready to pounce when they get their chance.
Yeah, there's no pitter-pattering in this Danny Cruz team. When you're going to press high, and if you get the ball has to go north-south. He doesn't want too much east-west passing.
Davla. Dia. Back for Adams, and a chance to reset here for Lou City. Lou City won both matches a year ago in Tulsa. On September 14th, it was 1-0. Jansen Wilson scored the lone goal in that matchup. And then here in Kentucky in August, Tosh, Lancaster, Harris all scored in a 3-0 win. Lambert for a moment. Tosh bobbles, Calera takes over, and Josh Jones punches it out.
And let's talk about the hair. Okay, so Aidan McFadden, and we have Kyle Adams with fantastic soccer hair. Can we just take a moment and just appreciate it? We need that kind of hair back in this sport, all right?
We appreciate it because neither you or
he got the email.
Lance Pierre, champion last year with Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Damian Loss resets. 23-year-old from Illinois.
Davila, who's the orchestrator, who's looking for the ball right now in front of Lasse. He's the one who really pulls the strings and sets the tone, which direction they're going to go in. To the left, to the right. He has a great feel for the game in and around the center circle, and he's an unsung hero in this Louisville team.
Leads the team with 5 assists this year, top 10 in the championship.
But that's just putting a number on it, but it's so much more than the assists. He dictates the play.
Wilson nudges that. Tosh whips it across, knocked down. Serrano misses everything. It does go out for a corner. Stauffer was the last to touch, but Goodrum wanted that ball at the top of the 6.
Ball on his sides again. This is where the hunger sets in for Louisville. Serrano, great control, but completely splices it. Philip Goodrum wants a pass, but you're on the right edge of the 6-yard box. No forward in this match is going to pass that ball. He had every right to shoot. He just whiffed it. The young 23-year-old will take his third corner from the same spot.
Another set piece. Third corner. Serrano boomerangs this ball. Back post this time. Adams knocks it down. Wilson swats at it and gets it blocked.
Well, the first two were whipped it in their post. This third one just lofted to the last. The statuesque Adams just nodding it down for Wilson. But again, this Tulsa team, so disciplined, so compact. There's no daylight for players to get a shot on goal or get a good look on goal.
Now one of the key components of Lou City's attack is a Josh Jones long throw. The former Louisville Cardinal line this up on the natural grass. Tosh aids it along over the head of Goodrum. Serrano. Across it goes. Goodrum gets a piece. Both coaches talked about how critical set pieces are. Danny Cruz very complimentary of how good FC Tulsa is, and it's really not something that you talk about with teams that are at the bottom of the league with how good they are in their set piece attacks. Typically, those teams at the top, that's your difference maker. McFadden cuts it back, bobbles, and then Lambert commits the foul.
You know, you have the #1 team in the West against the second team in the East. Anything can tip the scale. And if as a coach, you're looking for every inch, every angle, you need your center-backs to contribute in the goal tally. And both of these teams have done exactly that over the years, especially Tulsa this year. But it's so important to try and get goals, take pressure off of your forwards if you can get goals off on set pieces.
The USL on the CBS Sports Network wraps up July with a championship showdown. Eastern Conference. Hartford Athletic take on one of the Western Conference top performers, New Mexico United. It's on Wednesday, July 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Wilson gets fouled.
You know, the last two meetings over the years, FC Tulsa have taken a beating. I mean, they've been outscored by 4-0. I think FC Tulsa just getting on the score sheet today will be a bit of a victory against this Louisville team in Lynn Family Stadium. I mean, don't tell that to Coach Spencer, but I think it'll be a win just to get on the score sheet today.
Jansen Wilson lays it up top. Lambert. Dia is wide. He plays it back. Serrano, back post. McFadden across. Goodrum couldn't hold up his run, and it goes out wide.
Mike, quick point here. This is the third game in 8 days for this Tulsa team. They started off hungry and in a flash. Now Louisville, who hasn't played in 2 weeks' time, have now found their rhythm, and they're now starting to create chances on a consistent basis on the Tulsa goal. This is McFadden, is the latest one. But this Louisville team starting to find the rhythm after 2 weeks of not playing a USL Championship game, as compared to Tulsa, who have just been playing from 0 to 100 in the last 8 days. Is now starting to see the effects of it in the 29th minute.
Lou City 8 shots, FC Tulsa 3.
And those 3 shots were in the first 10 minutes for FC Tulsa.
But none of those 8 for Lou City have hit the target so far. They haven't forced a save, they haven't scored a goal. Lou City second in the league, 29 goals this season. 11 different players have opened their accounts in 2025. Lulls that we've had so far in this match.
Always the problem playing on a slick, wet field. It's a real luxury now to have the towels on the sidelines. Players used to have to use their wet shirts.
Christopher, who started the year in Lexington, now with Tulsa, throws this ball in. Jones hits the first ball to the sky. Lambert nudges it across. And it's cleared back out to midfield. Goodrum goes after it.
Louisville with Adams, Jones, and Tosh have the ability to win the ball in the air defensively, consistently. Every time players go down to the sides and cross it into the trees, those three centre-backs are so commanding in the air. It really just takes a whole element out of your game going forward as an opposing team.
Stoffer goes short this time. Jones guides it away. Lambert flies it down the field.
Oof.
Goodrum gets an angle here and brings it in.
Oh,
what a back heel that is. Serrano chases. Pierre goes all out to sweep it away.
We can all enjoy the tackle by Pierre. We can all enjoy the back heel by Goodrum. But Sissoko, as soon as he let this ball bounce, fundamental mistake. The number 9 creeps in, gets back possession. Fantastic improvisation, and Pierre timed that thing to perfection. Serrano landed on his ear. Look at that tackle. Picturesque.
See Pierre and how.
And I love to see defenders celebrating those sort of plays, and they should be celebrated.
Extremely satisfied with that effort, and now they defend a Wi-Fi corner. Serrano laces this ball in, and a foul whistled with 2 Tulsa players laying on the ground.
Well, sometimes the hunger and desire can have consequences. Easy call for referee Arroyo, as the purple shirts are starting to get a little too adventurous when the ball goes into the air. Forearms shoving. You can see Adams really laying into the young number 9, Calera. And the referee saw it. This duel between Sissoko and Goodrum, both players now on a yellow card, Mike. The bookies are now collecting their bets to see who stays on the pitch for the full 90 minutes.
Dia nearly got a piece of that, but Serrano does recover. Now Dia. Here's Davila. Davila. Goodrum absorbs that. Dia goes down. No foul. Play on. And it's a foul on Jones.
Well, Calera won the free kick in his own box to take the pressure off of Tulsa on that last corner kick. Now he takes the pressure away again. Dia just trying to get out with any means possible. Excellent defending. The early ball over to Calera. First touch, as soon as he feels contact from Jones, goes over. Excellent play by the forward. Now it takes the pressure off of Tulsa. Now they get back into their shape and start all over again. Number 9 doing his job defensively and when they have the ball.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship, from the Academy to the big leagues. Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Calera going at Jones, and it's Damian Loss with the catch. Weber makes the tackle on Tosh. And he gets called for the foul. Otherwise, it would have set up Calera in a good spot. 10 minutes to go before halftime. Will either side be able to find a breakthrough before the break? Michael Watring, Ryan Davis, and our team with you here in Louisville. Great to have you on board tonight. Lou City second in the East, FC Tulsa atop of the Western Conference. Two teams that ride streaks. Lou City unbeaten in 7 at home this season. FC Tulsa unbeaten in its last 8, having not lost since early May. This ball's picked back up by Weber. All the way across. Stauffer lays it forward. Oh. Calera twirls. Calera! Loss makes himself big and denies.
What a save by Lass. I mean, we talk about strikers scoring on one end and applauding that. This was a certain goal. Calera magic just around the penalty spot. Little flick inside. Look at this turn. Beautifully gets the bounce. Look at Lass quick off his line and spreading those legs.
It's the best save of the night so far. Peñaranda has not needed to make one yet. No shots have been on target for Lou City. Goodrum. Wilson. Fouls.
You want to see that if you're Danny Cruz. You want to see your forwards engage, but Wilson never got control of the ball. That's why he had to go to ground. Here's his first touch. It let him down, and that's why he had to commit the foul. Got himself into hot water with that poor first touch.
Well, these two teams are two of the 3 teams in the league that have only been shut out one time this year. Indy 11 is the other. But you're also looking at 2 of the best defensive teams in the league this season. So despite the volume of goal scoring chances we've seen in this first half, defensively, so often these two sides get the better half of their opponents.
Well, things aren't going too well for Louisville. They have 60% possession. That's not good news for them.
I haven't won a match this year when they have over 50%.
I say that tongue-in-cheek because so many teams would love to have 59% possession against Tulsa, but that has not been the recipe for success for Louisville this season.
Their season high is 57% twice, including once in the loss to North Carolina. Davila lines this up. Davila hits it low, and Peñaranda makes his first save of the night.
But you got a snapshot. What is their success? As soon as the ball came out of the back, they broke up the play in mid-third of the field, the second third of the field. Davila now has space, trying to just bend it around Peñaranda. Of course, Philip Goodrum gave him an earful.
Wilson was waiting for that second ball. Can't control, however. Davila gets a piece. Serrano arcs it across. Goodrum brings it down. Goodrum wins a 5th corner of the match, but the first one on this side of the field for Lou City.
Took a little bit long to get that ball under control. Danny Cruz heading to his coaching staff. They're going to have a long discussion at halftime to see if any changes need to be made. But Philip Goodrum took a long time to get that ball under control and is immediately shut down by the center-backs of Tulsa.
For the first time tonight, Taylor Davila will have the honors here. The 24-year-old out of Cal. Slingshots this ball across. Jones is being tugged, and it's out for a goal kick. Fans, players, all make their appeals to our official, Luis Arroyo, who has not given out a penalty in 6 matches this year.
And I can see why. I mean, Jones is just manhandled. The defender is not even looking at the ball. He has no idea where the ball is. Just has a fistful of Jones. Wow.
It's Marcos Serrano, 31-year-old Brazilian who signed the day before the start of the regular season. that dodges a bullet, and now Peñaranda is down. There's Luke Spencer, his return to Lou City as a head coach, and a man that lives in Lou City lore. This was back during the 2018 final. Talk about set pieces so much, and this was against Didier Drogba's Phoenix Rising team. Spencer in the 62nd minute, the lone goal in a 1-0 win.
A poacher of goals, he did it his whole career, and that was for their back-to-back title, 2017, 2018. Luke Spencer, boy, did he bring the trophy home, a 1-0 win in that final.
A former Xavier Musketeer won the championship in 2018 and now sits on the sideline of FC Tulsa and trying to guide Tulsa to sites they've never been.
But that team also got to the cup final, I think it was 5 years in a row. So it just showed the expectations of what it's like playing for a Louisville City team. And as a player, he was brought up in that environment, and now he gets to bring all those characteristics on the sidelines for FC Tulsa. What a great hire for this Tulsa team. And he was so quick to point out at the beginning of the season about putting limitations on his players, setting goals. Why should I set goal in a certain department for one player? Because he'll only focus on that one goal when he can exceed in so many different areas. So he never put those expectations on his players. He had them just grow into it organically. And now this team is, what, second or third in goals scored, second in goals conceded. I mean, they have surpassed their goals so far.
And remember, there was a time in 2018 where he was the interim coach of Lou City. They went 4-2-1 during that stretch. Of course, he was the MVP of that cup final in 2018. Spent some time with the Boys Academy here at Lou City. It's his first start as a head coach and is showcasing his knowledge of the game here with FC Tulsa. Although Lou City fans, as much as they might love his playing career, for one night, at least for right now, they're certainly on the opposite side of Luke Spencer, who said that he had great memories, of course, being here, but also mentioned that some people he hadn't talked to in years, but had a conversation with him returning, and it's like he talked to him every single day. That's the kind of friendship and relationships that he built here in Kentucky. But his task tonight is to try to break down this Lou City side. Looked like they were going to on a couple occasions. Third minute early in that one, Loss and Lambert with blocks, and then Calhera was denied by Loss in the 36th minute. And we sit scoreless here, winding down the end of the first half in this USL Championship clash between two of the top three teams on the Shield table. Goodrup, he gets shoved to the surface by Pierre. And Goodrup swallows that ball up as it goes out for a goal kick.
The fact that Louisville last season won the Players' Shield, we talk about points per game, 22.23 points per game last season, which everyone was commenting and complimenting on how good they played. This year, 2.31 points per game. We just talk about Danny Cruz, and like we mentioned at the beginning of the game, that emphasis on grinding, that emphasis on suffering without the ball. Look at Goodrum just leading the line with chasing after every single loose ball. They've created such an atmosphere of desperation when they don't have the ball, and when they do win it back, in a flash, they get right into your kitchen with this that north-south passing in the recipe for success. Well, it's one of those things where the coach gets a little frustrated. Here's Weber. He's turning away from goal here. He has no way of creating a chance for someone. It was not in a very effective area. He was coming away from the goal, and to give up a free kick now. We talked about set pieces. I'm sure Danny Cruz mentioned a thing or two about set pieces before this match. Now they have to deal with a FC Tulsa set piece in the dying minutes.
In the box, this ball goes, headed across and out. Stoppage time presented by Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. 2 more minutes to go in this first half.
An old-fashioned delivery, just lofted to the last post for Pitt. And again, we talk about that Louisville physicality with their centre-backs.
Pass. Nobody in particular gets taken away. Jones now charges forward. Wilson, he's got plenty of space to make a choice here. Across, it bounces through. Tosh the last to touch. There have been some moments of lightning for Lou City in the opening 45.
Love the decision by Wilson to cross this one on the ground. It brings Serrano into the play. If he puts it into the air, Serrano's out of the play. It keeps the number 7 in the play as it's, he can get to it. But again, Stouffer doing his job, coming in from that right-hand side, turning into a centre-back and clearing the ball out. Just fundamental defending from Tulsa again.
Lambert on the sprint, has choices. Serrano pushes it back. Wilson, it's out of his reach. McFadden arcs it across. Goodrum backpedals. It bounces. Serrano picks it up. Serrano puts the laces through and wins his team a corner in the waning moments of half one.
Well, every time the ball gets down to the wings, the purple shirts seem to win the 50-50 when the ball goes into the air, or at least the second ball anyway. This time Serrano having a shot right inside the 18-yard box, but the white shirts again, excellent defensive positioning, protecting their goalkeeper, gives up yet another corner, but they handle the corners beautifully, Mike. I don't think they're too concerned.
6th corner of the night. Serrano boomerangs, back post. Lambert heads it back. It comes out. Wilson's shot finds the leg of an opponent. Will there be enough time for one more chance for Lou City? Well beyond that 2 minutes. Wilson lines it up. Wilson fires back post. It goes out. And there's the end of the first half. And Ryan, we knew that this would be a slugfest between two of the top teams in the USL Championship, and it's lived up to the hype so far, but scoreless through 45.
Yeah, FC Tulsa in the opening 10 minutes of the game, because this is their 3rd match in 8 games, they have that rhythm. They had 3 chances in those first 10 minutes, but then the fresh legs of Louisville City, first game in 2 weeks, came into play, and they started to dominate proceedings in the last 2/3 of the game.
The boys in purple finished with 11 first half shots. FC Tulsa with 5, but they have more shots to Louisville.
You ready to lose?
Oh, you wish. Let's go.
It's time to power up your old checking account. That's why Commonwealth Credit Union created Power Checking. This incredible all-in-one account powers your spending, and with built-in high-yield savings, grows your balance at the same time. No minimums, no limits, just unparalleled benefits.
Best 2 out of 3.
Let's go.
Get to the next level with Power Checking, only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
All right, welcome everybody to Lynn Family Stadium. Great to have you all here.
Mike, the team is going to be so good this year. I swear, it's like the goalkeeper can predict the future. You mean him?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, what was that again?
See, I told you.
Candace is watching Louisville City. Are you? Stream every match on WDRB+.
We have some viewer hot takes on their morning routine.
The first thing I do in the morning is check my phone.
I have to check the phone just to make sure that I hit the snooze button.
Say a couple times, right?
You go to bang, 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 bang. Yeah.
Who are those people that get up on the first alarm?
No, they're crazy people.
I don't understand that.
They're lunatics.
Staying on top of the big stories is a really important part of my job, and the WDRB News app makes that really easy to do no matter where I am. I can be at the grocery store, the doctor's office, or anywhere out and about. I can watch live and stay on top of the day's news. It's like taking WDRB with me everywhere I go.
Power up your summer fun with the power of choice. Toyota's lineup offers the most electrified hybrid and all-wheel drive choices out there, like the best-selling RAV4 and the super fuel-efficient RAV4 Hybrid. Now get 4.99 APR financing on a new 25 RAV4 or 5.99 on RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease this gas-powered RAV4 for $309 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. That's the power of choice. Toyota, let's go places.
Blue City and FC Tulsa without goals through 45, two of the stingiest defensive teams, living up to their billing at halftime. Well, around the USL, both League One and the Championship, showcase some of the big highlights from around the league. Time to take a look at the goals and the saves of the week.
They make another impact. Brown stepping over. He's got space. Nico Brown saved away by Gunther Rankenberg.
Reyes linking with Henderlong down in the area, finishes anyway. Carson Henderlong with a brilliant bit of technique, and Naples is in front.
Opportunity from distance, saved by Viniello. Upper corner look from Eric Cavill.
Here is Serrato, left for Caldo. What a wonderful goal from the Brazilian. The shape of the shot was immaculate. He gave the goalkeeper no chance.
This week on USL All Access, the new Tampa Bay Rowdies head coach Tom Casciato and the Hartford Athletic head coach Brendan Burke joins us ahead of their big matchup here in Rhode Island.
El Clamaco, one of the crown jewels of the USL Championship, Centerville Bank Stadium, takes center stage on CBS. They're healthy. Are the results going to follow? Both coaches break down why they think success is in the future.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
Who wants that smoke? You want that smoke? Look, I ain't playing, I'm saying this ain't a joke. There ain't no bluffing, I'm calling you out for show. It's either all in or nothing, I go for broke. Who wants that smoke?
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off it. Take a load for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
3 up top and not 2. Take a 2-1 Hartford.
Hands home at the back post. The key Kings of Chaos strike again.
Power up your summer with Toyota's Power of Choice.
Toyota's lineup offers the most electrified hybrid and all-wheel drive choices out there, like the family favorite Toyota Highlander or the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Both are built right here in the USA. And now you can get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.99 APR financing and get 2 years no-cost maintenance. That's the power of choice. Toyota, let's go places.
It's been an entertaining slugfest between Lou City and FC Tulsa, two of the best defensive teams in the league, with some pressure but have not conceded. 45. Michael and Ryan back with you as we look at halftime. Our news and notes from the USL. Some records perhaps in danger. Enzo Martinez closing in on the league record for goal contributions. Aiden Quinn, 56 career assists. He's closing in on the all-time mark. And how about Neil Collins, the former Tampa Bay man? 100th USL Championship win, now with Sacramento.
He emphasizes on playing the game as far away from his goal as possible, and that shows up with more wins than losses, 100 USS, and he did 100 wins in the fewest amount of games in any USL coach. So Neil Collins, pure quality, as expected.
As Sacramento currently sitting in fourth in the West, as you take a look at some of the out-of-town scores in this one. And how about North Carolina? They rattled off 3 unanswered goals after it was tied 1-1 to win 4-2. Loudon is just about to lose to Oakland. A couple first-half goals for the Roots. The difference in that one, and Charleston, the team that Lou City right now is trying to track down, they have 3 goals. Akabonu, Ikaza, and Rodriguez have all scored.
Yeah, but Charleston looking over their shoulder, realizing that Tulsa is in Lou City. This is a chance for them to pull away just a little bit, and they're taking care of business against Miami.
Coming up later on tonight on the West Coast, El Paso and Phoenix, Orange County and Las Vegas, and Lou City's next foe in the Egger Cup. Lexington travels to the aforementioned Sacramento Republic, wrapping up the night 11 p.m. kickoff. That is on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Lou City coming up, they'll have back-to-back matches outside of the regular season slate. They get Lexington and then they get Frankfurt. After Frankfurt will play Aston Villa a couple days before on July 26th on this Lynn family pitch. And then, how about that stretch? The only team that's beaten you, North Carolina. The team you're trying to track down, Charleston. And then a visit to the up-and-coming Miami side.
After you play against one of the Bundesliga's premier teams in Frankfurt, it's only Lou City can put together a stretch of games like this in the USL Championship. And you don't often see this incredible team to have this sort of competition. Incredible.
45 more minutes remain here in Louisville, Kentucky. Will either of these two top teams walk away with 3 points here this evening? 0-0 through 45. Second half comes your way when we return. Stick with us.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get up high quality like bread baked in store and down low prices everywhere you turn. Up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that keep adding up, hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Toyota is powering up the summer savings with great deals on the best-selling Toyota Tacoma. Now, for a very limited time, you can get just announced 1.99 APR financing for 72 months on all remaining new gas-powered 24 Tacomas. Or, while supplies last, you can lease a new 24 Tacoma SR5 double cab 4x4 for just $249 a month and get 2 years no-cost maintenance. That's the power of choice. Toyota, let's go places.
This is my grandpa's belt. He wore this thing for 30 years.
That's a great belt.
This is my grandpa. You can't buy a belt like this in a big box store because most belts suck. They peel, they tear, they break. I wanted a belt like this one, so I made one. With full grain leather, solid brass hardware, and robust stitching. I can have a belt just like my grandfather's. The handcrafted belt by Clayton Crew.
Ezekiel Nzambi signed a one-game contract on Thursday. A young man from Gordon Children's in that partnership suffered a stroke at age 2. And for the 4th straight season, Lou City has an honorary captain with that partnership. And he has been honored all week, practicing with the team, spending some time with the group as well, and the honorary captain's armband here tonight. Michael and Ryan back with you as we look back at an event-filled first half despite no goals. Nzambi leading the group onto the pitch tonight, but it was FC Tulsa that came out firing in the 3rd minute. They almost had the breakthrough.
Yeah, their 3rd game in 8 matches. They were well in tune to the pace of the game. Calera started creating a chance, but look at last. A flash off of his line. Striker had no chance. All he saw was an orange shirt. And the follow-up cleared away by Louisville. But last, that was not the last of him.
There'll be more chances for Lou City overall in this game. But this one from Serrano, this was a salivating moment, but just couldn't put it on target or find good.
Completely hooked it. Great ball by Sean Tosh. Again, on the ground, keeping Serrano in the play. And he just sort of shanked it wide.
You can see Goodrum's reaction. One of the best chances of the half came in the 36th minute from the hottest man in the USL, Taylor Calera, who had a goal contribution in 7 straight prior to Wednesday night, found himself with a great touch.
He touched the turn, the balance, but then last again right at the doorstep, making himself large to keep it 0-0.
So Lou City is going to make one change at the break. Jansen Wilson is coming out, and the younger of the Davalas, Evan, 23-year-old, subs on. Substitutions tonight brought to you by the Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. That is the Kentucky Lottery. Now Evan Davila will get his turn alongside of his brother Taylor to try to make an impact here in the 2nd half. And after Wilson scored against Loganess last week in the friendly, he will come off the field here tonight. And with 45 minutes to go, Ryan, we thought that this would be an entertaining matchup, and it has lived up to that. But how do one of these two sides find the back of the net here in half 2?
Well, I think in the closing, I say 20 minutes, I thought Louisville was creating some serious inroads to the FC Tulsa defensive line. But FC Tulsa stayed compact, stayed stubborn, and kept the game at 0-0. However, I do think Louisville has found their rhythm. They're going down the sides, bringing the ball back in, where Serrano, Goodrum, and Wilson are hovering. But you always have the talent of Calera. You have Weber, who's very shifty, can create. So a counter-attack by Tulsa, maybe taking a page out of Louisville's formula, can be the one that separates these two teams. But as of right now, I have to lean towards Louisville at home.
Michael Wattring, Ryan Davis, and the rest of our team with you here at Lynn Family Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky for tonight's match. It's great to have you on board with us. These are 2 of the hottest teams in the league, 2 of the best teams in the league as well. Lou City, 2nd place in the East, 1 point off the pace of the Charleston Battery. Wins in 6 of their last 7 regular season matches versus an FC Tulsa side that haven't lost a match since May 3rd and leads the Western Conference.
All right, I see 60% with 11 shots by Louisville. I say we extend Zeke's contract right now. It was a 1-day contract, and with these stats, you have to extend that contract.
Here's the thing, though, about this match that we've watched. 6 corner kicks, several of these 5th, 3rd free kicks. FC Tulsa has flirted a little bit with danger in these set-piece chances that Lou City have been so good at, leading the league in headed goals the last 3 years.
And with their centre-backs, Adams, Tosh, and now Jones, who's 6 foot plus, I mean, they're just chomping at the bit for Serrano's delivery.
It'll be Serrano or Davila. It's Serrano, but doesn't get anything on that. It bounces before it gets to the box. Davila back on it. Or check that, that's Serrano. Tosh, Serrano gets a second go at it and wins his team a 7th corner.
I tell you what, nothing gives a coach at Ulster more than having all your centre-backs come up for a set piece and you can't even get the ball past the first player in a delivery. Serrano guilty. This time Davila, the lefty, He's going to provide the in-swinger.
Lou City have outscored teams by 11 goals on this field this year. Wi-Fi corner for Davila. Taylor slingshots it in. McFadden was a late arriver, but it's Sissoko heading it away. DeLu.
Oh.
Nifty move to get past the first man. Hits it off of the hand. Or no, looked like it might have hit the hand of Davila. They don't blow the whistle.
In that instant, the ball played the hand. There was no chance for the guy to get the ball away from his hand. The only problem I do have with that, though, it did hit the hand, and it was advantageous for the team that regained possession, which was Louisville.
Well, it's still not quite as confusing as American football's catch rule.
Yeah. No, that's like you need ChatGPT to get around
Yes,
that.
yeah. You need all sorts of explanations to understand what a catch is.
Yeah.
This portion of tonight's match is presented by Toyota and the Kentuckiana Toyota dealers. Here's Jones, gallops. That 6'5" frame, breaks away from the pack.
Oh.
Jones shows the mobility, cuts it back, chips it across. Goodrum whips this ball high. It was nearly a magnificent moment. The shot was missed and the flag is up.
The long legs of Jones blows past one. Look at the physicality. Excuse me, that's 2. Where's number 3? Here's number 3, Sissoko, goodbye. And then he gets caught. Look at the little reverse pass, though, into the path of Goodrum, who finds row X with that shot. But I tell you what, Jones, to have your centre-back make those sort of runs, it just creates confidence for the rest of the team to see your big guy at the back create for your centre-forward. Philip Goodrum, like as number 9 did have the shot, but you got to keep your head down, Mike. You can't raise your head. The ball's going to follow suit.
It's been everything but the explosion for Lou City. They have simmered, they have boiled, but they have not quite cracked the door down. Down the field this ball goes. It skips a couple times. Tosh is on his wheels. Keeps the ball in play. Jones plays it out. Lambert. Serrano with all sorts of space. Dia comes to overlap. Serrano does lay it out wide. It's Dia. Dia whips it across. Late arriving McFadden crushes it off of Segrist and out.
Well, again, the delivery from the sides. This time is from Dia and McFadden, who's the other side of this Louisville midfield coming from the right-hand side. But look at the 5 white shirts in front of Pinata. I mean, commitment, but I think they're standing too far off of the Louisville players, and I think that was a fortunate outcome for Tulsa.
Davila connects. Sissoko. Evan Davila. Gave it a pretty good run there, but misses wide right.
Good delivery, but the ball pops out for Evan Davila. He gets all his laces on it. Not too far off. You like that effort. Never easy on a one-time volley on the top of the box, and he almost made them pay. But again, it's Lou City coming from the sides. Ball coming across the box. Always either the first ball or the second ball they're going to get to first. Haven't converted yet, but the expected goals has definitely favored Louisville after the first 20 minutes of this match.
Weber hunts this ball down. Weber over the top. Calera. Dia. Only as far as Arthur Rogers, who loses possession. You can't watch the match. You have to turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk. including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the new SiriusXM app. A foul and another attacking free kick. As you see the reaction of Sissoko, who picked up a yellow card in the 13th minute.
And Sissoko with that 6-foot+ frame, just bodying off players. But I'm not sure he ever had control of the ball. It pops out here. Well, it looked fair to me.
See the reaction from the 25-year-old Frenchman. Third free kick. Can Lou City finally capitalize? They play shorts. Davila airmails this ball intended for Dia.
There's always the fear if you don't go direct and you try something, let's say fancy, 2 or 3 passes, that you can have an outcome like this. That's why, just being a little bit of a purist, you want to see the ball. Your centre-backs came all the way up into that position, get them in play, put the ball on the penalty spot, and let's see how things play out.
Serrano across the field, and a chance to build up now for FC Tulsa. Pierre. Weber cannot slow, and it goes out.
Just seeing some tired legs from Tulsa. We saw the play before where it was Rogers who tried to play the ball to the feet of, I believe it was Owen Dam, and he just sort of let it go because he just didn't have enough legs to chase after it. So that ball played in front of Weber. Just about maybe Wednesday he would have gotten onto that ball. Now that 3rd game in 8 days, just can't seem to find that extra, let's say, half a meter to get to the ball. Did I just throw some metrics at you?
You did, yeah. I was trying to calculate exactly how much a meter is.
Take it all back.
Goodrum. Goodrum thinks about going right, comes back left. Oh, delightful ball. McFadden hammers it across. Peñaranda might have gotten a piece of that ball as it flies away from harm.
Well, it's the 3rd back heel by Goodrum, and I think it was the best. He comes away from the goal. Everyone think everything's okay, with the back heel right into the path of McFadden, who just puts laces on it. Just try to put some pepper and get any touch in front of the goal for it to go in. Now, this man, Jones, he can dribble through the team. He can throw the ball across the field. He can head it with the best of them. He can do your taxes. He can just do about everything you need.
Do your taxes? Is that from experience?
You need your taxes? Call Jones. 1-800.
Former 2nd round pick of Real Salt Lake.
Also has the most touches of every player on the field for Louisville. 36 touches so far tonight.
Flies this ball in. McFadden chips. And it goes out for a Tulsa throw. Very much does feel like Tulsa is absorbing a lot of this pressure right now, but they do have a couple changes standing by. The 4th official, Khalil Ahmedkar and Elliot Goldthorpe, are both standing there, awaiting for their names to be summoned. Well, those are 2 excellent chance creators. Goldthorpe, delightful times at Hofstra and MLS Next Pro as well. Also played with Lexington at the beginning of this year. Goodrum keeps the ball in play. It's given away to Dia.
Beautiful.
Davila. Evan Davila gets taken down, and it is a foul, and it's another free kick here for the boys in purple.
When the ball was won and it got to Dia, he rolled it into Davila, didn't even look up. He knew exactly where the center forward was. His first touch got him out of trouble. Look at this. It's the little things in life, and Davila just moves the ball on, and now fantastic turn by the other Davila. And they win a free kick. But just knowing exactly where the space is. And that's why Taylor Davila is the orchestrator for this team. And also a set-piece taker.
This is the first real chance on a fifth-third free kick that Lou City will have a direct line at the target. Serrano and Davila are there.
Like the angle for the right foot of Serrano.
Davila drives. Serrano swings it over. Goodrum chops it back. Serrano dodges and draws another foul. Sissoko is beside himself. He has a yellow. He's committed a couple infractions and needs to watch himself.
Well, poor free kick by Davila to begin with. And here comes Serrano coming into the picture right here. Does he get peace? Ooh. It should be a yellow card for simulation. You can understand why Sissoko is frustrated. Could you imagine if he got a second yellow on that one?
Well, the changes are happening now. Khalil Medkar and Elliot Goldthorpe are replacing DeLu and Weber in the 11. Here with about a half hour to go. So that goes to show what Luke Spencer is thinking right now. He wants to go after the 3 points and not sit back and defend as he gets some fresh legs up top.
Well, also fresh legs is the right word. DeLu and Weber just seem to be a little bit flat. If the ball was not played to their feet, they were unable to run onto it. I think Coach Spencer has seen that. And two worthy players coming on.
Substitutions brought to you by the Kentucky Lottery. Fueling imagination, funding education. That's the Kentucky Lottery. Comes in an important fifth-third free kick moment. Look at the congestion in front of Peñaranda. Davila and Serrano both salivate. Who will it be? Serrano smacks this ball. It nearly found its way all the way through, but did hit one man in that wall.
This is the 14th shot from Louisville tonight, and it has the same result that we've seen from the previous 13. An FC Tulsa player gets in the way of it. Another corner kick, but that's because of Tulsa's positioning and compact defending.
9th corner of the game. Serrano across. Headed out of harm's way. Stauffer pokes it forward.
And they're taking care of the corner kicks like it's fun.
eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. You can download it now.
I'm going to announce this now. eFootball is the best simulation soccer game there is on the planet, and it's free. And by the way, all your USL teams are on there. Just download it and play. It is the best.
Sissoko shuts down Goodrum. Peñaranda picks it up. How many championships have you won in eFootball?
More than Louisville. More than Louisville.
That's saying something.
It is.
That is saying something.
My thumbs are scarred.
I thought I saw you playing it at halftime.
It's going to squeeze again.
That man right there is somebody that Luke Spencer said brings an aura of professionalism to his side. He tries to get a little bit of the air out of this ball. Lou City have been in the attack. They have lived on this end of the field. FC Tulsa in that first half had some moments that sprouted up. Has not been the case in the second half, but maybe that changes here. Cutting it back, laying it over, Stauffer. It was touched by Louisville, so for the first time tonight, Tulsa have a corner.
I'm salivating at the turn on top of the box. Looks like there's not going to be a corner kick here, but look at this turn. Absolute beauty on a dime, then rolls it. And Diaz attempts completely threw off Stauffer. Fantastic defending by the 31-year-old veteran.
And indeed, you are correct. No corner. Well, there's a lot of time left. 30 more minutes. Imagine stoppage time as well, being another couple. But if you're sitting here at this point and you're Danny Cruz, you're thinking to yourself, how is it possible that we have 9 corner kicks, 15 shots, and not just no goals, but 1 shot on target.
I'm going to say Serrano's shot where he shanked it. That was a big chance. Okay? We're just talking big chances here. Hang on a second.
Goldthorpe puts the shoe through it, and it's a Damian Loss stop.
Damian Loss's 2-foot saves were 2 big chances created by FC Tulsa. The argument is, after all those shots, when the dust is cleared, FC Tulsa has created 2 big chances compared to Louisville's 1.
McFadden leaves the ball behind, lays it back to the middle of the field. Goodrum tries to get it to Serrano, does stab at it to get it away. Now Goodrum hammers it off of a defender's backside, and here comes corner kick number 10 for the home side.
And it's because FC Tulsa is allowing the game to be played just in front of them. They're not getting caught with the ball playing behind the back four. The back line and the holding midfielders are keeping the game in front of them, playing deep, and that's why Louisville can't get behind the back four and get a clear look at goal.
Well, here comes Taylor Davila, the maestro of one of the best attacks in the USL.
Looks like Rocky with the old cotton rolling off. Huh?
Slingshots this ball in. Tosh nudges it over, and it comes back out to midfield. To expand on your point, if you look at expected goals, which can be a pretty good metric of where you stand in terms of goal scoring chances, 0.86 for Lou City, 0.57 for FC Tulsa. So when you're being outshot by 9 in this case for FC Tulsa, and that number is that thin of a margin, it means that Lou City really isn't getting that great of goal scoring chances.
Correct. And they're having successful possession in the last third, but executing is a whole different order. Yes, they're taking shots and it's on direction towards the goal, but just the defensive setup of Tulsa and their positioning has kept them at bay.
McFadden flies this across. Goodrum lets it fly by, and yet again,
another example.
Stauffer was there to knock it away, and El Medkar goes direct. We have not heard the name Calera much at all in this second half.
And that is a testament to Louisville and this man Jones. They are so clean coming out of the back that they just shrug past that first line of press, and now they're in control again. And oh, by the way, 67% in the second half alone in possession, Louisville. You know what that means, disaster.
63% overall for the game, and they have not won a match this year. In fact, they've only had 4 regular season games where they've had more possession than their opponent. 3 draws, 1 loss. This is where he carves opponents up. Adams.
Well, this is where they're most useful. On the sides, they've been the most successful.
Serrano across, a diving effort from Goodrum. Doesn't win the ball, however. And now a direct pass. Calhera breaks away from Jones. Jones gallops. Calhera pulls this ball back. Jones does enough defensively to erase a breakaway chance for Tulsa.
Any defenders at home, you're off your chair right now and you're applauding. That's how you do it. You defend 1v1. You don't lunge. You don't sell yourself out. You ride the play. You stay in front of the forward and just corral him to the sides. That's what Jones did. He can dribble your team. He can do headers. He can do your taxes. And he can do 1v1 defending.
Davila lays it off. Dia swings it in on the redirect. McFadden again cannot put it on target.
But again, it's coming down the sides is when they become the most dangerous. This time McFadden on the penalty spot. Caldera is off on his bike. But look at Jones recovering. Long legs, only arms and legs you see. But they can corral him away from the goal. Expecting the cutback. He's waiting for it because he was running out of angle. He had to cut back, and Jones knew it.
It looked like a catastrophe was about to happen at midfield. Jones got his arms up. Just got enough of Calera.
I remember Jones is on a yellow card.
And it could have been the last defender back situation as well. So it could have been straight red in that situation. But instead, Jones gets back defensively, slams the door shut on that chance for Tulsa. And you can see McFadden, who has had a couple opportunities this evening and has not quite finished any of them off so far. There's a Tulsa player down. And so it looks like Lou City is preparing a couple new changes. Jake Morris is by the 4th official. He's going to replace Dia. And the other one is going to be Ray Serrano coming out and Sam Gleadle coming in.
Sam Gleadle replaced Davila in the last match 2 weeks ago.
Substitutions brought to you by Kentucky Lottery. Fueling imagination, funding education. That is the Kentucky Lottery.
Thought Ray Serrano did everything he could to get onto loose balls, to be adventurous, to take players on. But this stubborn FC Tulsa back line has kept the three forwards at Louisville right in front of them. Never allowed them to get behind. Never allowed their keeper, Peñaranda, to go 1v1 with any of the forwards. But Serrano did have the best opportunity for Louisville so far in this match, in the first half.
And it looks like the man that is out on loan from Lou City, Owen Dom, 21-year-old from Versailles, Kentucky. He replaces Segrist, and Giordano Colli is also coming in. Those two will both be coming in at the next opportunity for FC Tulsa. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Hold on to that for a second as this shot attempt is lost, funneling a ball away. You go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings.
Well, it would be the superest of subs if he came on and converted there. What a chance. But with an excellent save, it has to be said again from Lars. Just getting a little bit of daylight, and Lars sort of anticipating the last post effort, getting there first.
So here is the first corner for Tulsa tonight. It fires across, lost with both paws, knocks it out. Back across it goes, Loss is there with both hands to clutch it. Morris, new man on this side of the field, cuts back against two defenders. Morris beats another man, but ultimately falls to the deck.
Well, you like the adventure for Morris, who has the fresh legs. And Caldera, he just has such great balance. Just drifts past one.
Calera hits this ball right into the chest of Loss. This is end-to-end action with 20 minutes left. Scoreless between two of the top three teams in the USL. Michael Wattreng, Ryan Davis with you tonight. FC Tulsa unbeaten in 8 straight. Lou City have not lost at home all year.
We saw Delence Pierre getting some medical attention for cramps just minutes ago.
McFadden across. This ball arced in. Goodrum chases after it. Gleadle keeps it in play. Peñaranda picks it up.
So this is the time of the game where that Tulsa schedule, third game in 8 days, is really going to take a toll on them. But again, going back to Louisville, because this Tulsa team has been sitting so deep, the best option for Louisville is to come down the sides and get crosses in on the ground. It doesn't have to be in the air, but the service from the sides has been key.
Now those changes happening. The men coming out, Segrist and Serrato for Dom and Coley. Subs brought to you by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. That's the Kentucky Lottery. Tulsa 5 shots on target of their 9 total. Lou City just 1 in their 17 attempts in this game.
I guess shooting practice on Monday, huh?
Yeah. A team that scored 29 times this year. They've scored 16 times in the second half, including 8 times after the 74th minute, which we're creeping up on now. Good angle out. Stauffer beats one and draws the foul.
Now, all you can ask for is consistency. We saw Serrano simulate and win a free kick. I thought Stauffer did the exact same thing as Serrano. And you can see by the way they fall, it's so quick. It's not a gradual roll. And that's referees need to look out for that. We saw Serrano do the same thing, where they stick their chest out when they do feel any sort of contact. That usually is a telltale sign of a dive. But because Serrano won the free kick, I think referee Arroyo stayed consistent and gave FC Tulsa a free kick of their own.
Goldthorpe throws this across and out of trouble. Second phase now for Tulsa. That ball skims the body of Adams and goes out in a corner kick for Tulsa from the far side. After absorbing a lot of pressure in this match, they are now starting to assert their effort, and the changes from Luke Spencer have paid off.
Well, we saw Sissoko win it against Las Vegas in the 91st minute last week Saturday in that 4-3 win. He's up in the vicinity now at the first post.
Arthur Rogers has the duties of this corner. Connects on this cross. Bounces off of one. McFadden clears the other. Well, Tulsa have only conceded twice in the final 25 minutes of matches this season. They have absorbed for so long in this second half, now trying to see it all the way through. And maybe pull off a winning goal in this matchup after not scoring last season in either of the two matchups in losses against Lou City. Looking for their first win since they won here 2 years ago. The game winner in that match came in the 89th minute. Lambert, McFadden, a collision, no foul. Play on. Tosh gladly takes it.
McFadden is still down. And it was just a clumsy clash between two players. It was hard for McFadden to get the call when both of them just sort of collided right there. Dam was very much in the play. Actually, he got a piece of the ball, so there was no chance for the referee to call in McFadden's favor. It was just always going to be a 50-50 collision.
Lou City makes another change. Carlos Mogel Jr. is coming in, and Taylor Davila's shift is done. So bring on the fresh wheels of the 21-year-old Mogel. Louisville ticket packages for the 2025 season are live. Join the boys in purple all year long with season tickets starting at just $15 per game. Visit loucity.com to learn more.
I'll tell you what, Carlos Mogel, this is his 5th season with Louisville, and he's only 21. Started off when he was 16 years old. We talk about this team not only have veterans like Adams on the ball right now, who's a legend, but then they also groom players to go to the next level, like we're seeing with a Mogel who's 21.
McFadden wanted to go fast with this. Now resets. McFadden across the field. Morris brings it down. Two defenders there. Morris lasers the ball across. Adams through the middle. Lambert wins the header. Cannot get the ball back, however. The sprint on. Adams shields Goldthorpe. And it rolls back here to loss. Ball headed across the middle. Evan Davila Slingshots it out. McFadden draws the attention. McFadden hits another ball off of a defender. It seems like that has been his luck tonight, finding men in white kits.
Well, he may be tall, but he's not the most mobile defender, Sissoko. Got himself in trouble against Goodrum in the first half, letting the ball bounce. He got himself a yellow card for that tackle to try and tidy it up. This time, he couldn't get to the ball in time, had to lunge for the header, and it was a misguided header right into the path for Louisville.
How many times have we witnessed late drama in Louisville with Sean Tosh getting on the end of a header off of a corner?
Mike has just called this shot, everybody. Get on the edge of your seat.
Evan Davila swings this ball in. Tosh with a back heel, and it nearly happened.
And the big Sean Tosh using his feet, a little back heel. But Peñaranda taking care of his first post like a goalkeeper should. Oh, a lovely touch by Lambert.
It's given away. Now Stauffer can reset. Jones draws a foul.
Well, he's been working hard, Calera, but he's playing against some seasoned centre-backs in Adams, Tosh, and now Jones. It's been a long night for the number 9. But let's remember the save by Lass at the feet of Calera. A brilliant turn by the number 9, and Lass came off his line in a flash to prevent him from scoring.
That happened in the 36th minute of this game. And now Davila breaks away. Mogel unable to slow that ball down enough. Calera. Dom gets a running start. Owen Dom plays this ball through the middle, and it's bobbled. It looked like the central defenders were going to be broken down, but instead Lou City now can mount its charge. A low ball forward. Goodrum tries to get the angle. Sissoko wins the race.
Well, those two have been going at it hammer and nail, but Philip Goodrum is asking a real question here. Was that a back pass? Fantastic ball by Morris asking the question. He's outpacing Sissoko. Look at the tackle to go back to the keeper. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, you could understand it wasn't blatant, but it was certainly in the direction of the goalkeeper. Yeah. Tell you what, referee Arroyo, it's not an easy task being a referee, but that looked like one for an indirect free kick on top of the 6-yard box for Tulsa, for Louisville rather.
10 more minutes to decide this one. 19 shots for Lou City tonight, 11 corners, no goals for a team that has scored double ARP at least twice at home in 6 of their 7 home matches. Michael Watring, Ryan Davis, and her crew guiding you to the finish line of this one. Charleston have won 3-0 against Miami, so Lou City cannot regain its top spot in the East. At best, they can fall a point behind the Battery, with Jägermeister Cup coming next week. Meanwhile, FC Tulsa is trying to hold on to the top spot in the West with matches to go tonight.
And they have a very tough FC Tulsa team who's taking the lead from their coach, Luke Spencer, former Louisville legend, who's learned a thing or two about grinding and winning. And he's brought that mindset on the sidelines for Tulsa, and now they're stretching this Louisville team all the way to the 82nd minute now. Despite the 19 shots, Mike, you have to say Tulsa, no matter what happens from here, 3rd game in 8 days rather, it's been a heck of a performance, a valiant performance from the visitors.
Evan Davila chases. Davila swings through the middle of the field, tries to line it up. A long run finally ends. Lou City have scored 8 times in the final quarter hour of matches. They typically wear teams down. Trying to do that again tonight. Lambert juggles. McFadden lines it up. Flies it across. Morris retreats to try to track it down.
Well, what was the effective route for Louisville coming through from the sides? Had so much success in the first half. Halfway through the second, has now sort of dried up. This Tulsa team winning those headers when the ball comes across.
Gleedle through the middle, angled away.
The crosses look so much more interesting when they come on the ground rather than the air for Louisville in this match.
Mogel back for Adams. Tulsa bending, have not broken yet. Morris draws the foul. And Tulsa thinking that there wasn't a lot in that.
Tell you what, Morris has come on and is just willing to take players on. Look at him, he looks right up, he says, don't worry, I'm gonna have a go. Splits the two defenders, and Stouffer completely caught. Shall I say hand in the cookie jar or foot in the cookie jar? This is soccer, by the way.
Either works.
Mike gets it.
Tulsa have been immaculate on set pieces.
And this is when Mike reminds us that Sean Tosh is always a threat on set pieces.
You trying to steal my thunder? Morris and Davila are there. And it's Morris. Whips it across. Lambert out of harm's way. Mogel back for Morris. Everybody resets. Morris decides to take aim. Oh, it missed by inches. I think Peñaranda was expecting that ball to be across, and it nearly beat him top shelf.
He just split the two defenders to win a free kick. Takes one touch, laces, and it whizzes over Peñaranda's crossbar. This left back has come on and asked all the questions. Peñaranda, who is now 3 games in 8 days, is going to lie down and hang on to that hamstring for dear life. But what an effort by Morris. Did everything that Coach Cruz has asked for in the last 15 minutes. Be adventurous, get down the sides, take players on, use your fresh legs, and he's done exactly that.
Morris nearly untied this match, and in the meantime,
it was still going up. Wow.
He put a couple dents in the posts back there.
I mean, you having a couple of drinks in the 80th minute, you're not seeing the ball too clearly, and you get hit with that thing? No chance.
Lou City is going to bring in Cameron Lancaster, Luke Spencer's former teammate, and also a man that has scored 8 goals against FC Tulsa in his career of the 18 that Lou City have scored in this fixture.
Well, Louisville can unveil legends by the minute. Here's another one, Cameron Lancaster, the Englishman. Anybody knows a guy named by the Harry Kane? Well, Cameron Lancaster was on par in Tottenham Hotspur with Harry Kane. Lancaster got an injury, did not recover in time. Harry Kane took another step. But that's how close and that's how talented this man is. He's that level. And it's been a joy to see him in the USL Championship over the years.
The 3rd leading goal scorer in this league's history comes on, replaces Goodrum, who put in a great 85 minutes. Even after picking up that yellow card in the 19th. And now Lancaster tries one more time to pull out a shocker for Lou City at the end. Cole Johnson was putting a shirt on just in case. Peñaranda.
It's never easy being the backup goalkeeper. But now Peñaranda seems a little bit wobbly, like a boxer in the 15th round. If you're down the sides, if you come down the left or the right from Louisville, your crosses want to be as close to the goalkeeper as possible because you want to see Peñaranda get back in the action with those tired legs.
It's been a dandy to watch tonight. The only thing that we have not had is a goal. Lancaster tries to change that.
Wow, Jones, just wow.
Lancaster. Morris. Stauffer is there defensively. Morris slides this ball across. Lambert gets the first head, not the second. Tosh is there. Chips it back. McFadden circles.
Pierre just symbolizing this defense again. Just heads it out when the ball comes across. It's almost going to take Louisville to get on the score sheet by almost like a mistake from Tulsa, a deflection that falls kindly for a forward. Because as of right now, their positioning is 5 stars on Yelp.
Jones prepares for a long throw. This dynamic has helped Lou City time and time again this year. He's ready to go. Fires this high arcer in. Tosh was chasing. Nobody ends up touching. It's out. One of the 2 matches currently going on in the USL Championship. Birmingham and Colorado Springs are scoreless in the 71st. And here we sit, 88th minute plus, still without a goal in this game.
You know the Charleston players have their phones up in the dressing room after that 3-0 win over Miami and are looking at the closing minutes of this match.
Battery hoping that their lead will be 3 points going into the Jaeger Cup next week. 2 Lou City men over there, Davila and Lancaster, and Pierre.
Anywhere will do right now. We're talking about this Tulsa team has defended for their dear life in the last 10-15 minutes, and they're just hanging on, and that's okay. I mentioned how many games they've played in their schedule over the last week, and if they come into this Louisville team, into Lynn Family Stadium and get a draw, that is a win.
It's a good throw from Tosh. Davila couldn't quite slow it down, however. Calera's the only man down there for the visitors. Morris now through the middle of the park. Final minute before stoppage time in this one. Adams lines it up. Morris. Lancaster. Mogel. Lambert unable to get it back. Loses it. Recovered. Davila. McFadden arcs this ball off of the pipe. Morris back on it. Evade Stauffer. Morris mashes all the way across. McFadden bobbles, and it's out in the end. And it was inches away from McFadden breaking the scoreless draw.
I talked about it. It had to be some sort of accident. The ball was deflected off of a shin of a Tulsa player that popped out for Davila, who laid it on for McFadden. That's how he got the opening. Not from a Louisville player creating a chance for him, but rather a deflection to Davila, Davila to McFadden. And the Tulsa team on the 90th minute was almost opened up. Wow, 7 minutes will be an eternity for FC Tulsa here.
Brought to you by Louisville's Muhammad Ali International Airport. 7 more minutes to decide this fascinating fixture. 10th all-time meeting. Lou City leads 5-3-1, sweeping last year's series. But these 2 sides showcasing almost a playoff-like atmosphere here tonight in Louisville, still without a goal. This ball rolls forward. Lancaster boots it across. Once again, FC Tulsa is there to erase. McFadden, he's been so close tonight. Mogel. Lambert finds space. Kevin Lambert bobbles it over. Lancaster! Who else would it be? Cameron Lancaster scores for the 9th time in his career against FC Tulsa. And a Lancaster laser puts Louisville out in front 1-0.
They were defending deep the entire match. It got them to the 91st minute. But the ball coming in from the sides, yet again, is the formula. But they're sitting too far back here. Nobody gets up on top of Lancaster. He now has a free shot on the 18-yard line. And a player of this quality, we just talked about Tottenham Hotspur, we just talked about Harry Kane. A player of this quality on the 18-yard line with a free shot, it is always going to be trouble. Peñarada immediately screamed to his centre-back saying, "You're right on top of me, I can't see the ball. You have to get up on the forward and stop the shot."
Cameron Lancaster equals Nico Brett for the second most goals in USL Championship history. In this fixture, Rodrigo da Costa has scored 3 times. The next closest man to Lancaster, who has now scored 9 of the 19 Lou City goals in 10 meetings.
You think he circles FC Tulsa every year?
Well, he hadn't scored this year. He hadn't scored since October 19th of 2024 against Charlotte when he was with Lexington last year.
And he's like, boy, oh boy, I can't wait for tonight. I'm going to get my first goal tonight. Wow, and what a time to get it in the 92nd minute. And you don't have much of a look. He had a split second, and that's when technique comes into play. There's never the perfect shot in football. The striker has to make it the perfect shot. He got his head down, he got his foot to the right angle, and just nailed it.
It looked like Tulsa was going to be able to survive this, but it did not happen. And if you watched last week in the friendly that Lou City played against La Liga's Leganes, Lancaster had 2 or 3 chances where they were wide open in front. 7th minute, 11th minute, one in the late portions of the first half where we spoke with Danny Cruz. He said, yeah, Lancaster would be the first man to tell you, we expect to score those goals, but he didn't. But he trained and practiced hard this week, was a showcase to the young men, and it pays off here tonight. Crossed into the box, a bobble, a ricochet, over the top, corner kick, Tulsa.
Ultimate pro. The ultimate pro. It doesn't work out, you get back onto the practice field, you do it over and over again. So when that time comes, it's just muscle memory. And that's exactly what he did 3 minutes ago.
Well, Tulsa haven't lost in 78 days. It's off of a man, and it goes in. Khalil El-Medkar has tied it up. Stoppage time craziness in the USL. We're level at 1.
Set pieces, set pieces, set pieces. Danny Cruz will be staring at the ceiling fan tonight on his bed. He warned his team, they prepared for it, but the big Sissoko at the near post causing havoc there, and it falls for El-Medkar. Right place, right time, the ball hits him, and he just finishes it. He just nods it in the 6-yard box. Guess what? Deadlocked at 1 with 3 more minutes to go.
It equalizes the latest goal scored by FC Tulsa this season. 90 plus 5, and Khalil El-Medkar scores for the 3rd time this year. He's one of the 4 players in the USL with at least 6 goals and 4 assists in the last 3 years in each of those seasons. And he gets his 3rd of the season in this one. Diallo's shift is over. Andrew Booth takes over. Kentucky Lottery sponsoring our substitutions. And El-Medkar has tied it up. And when it looked like Lou City were going to be able to see this one through and take 3 points, madness in stoppage time.
Well, everyone in USL was looking forward to this match tonight, and it has lived up to the hype. Shots upon shots on either end, and then these 2 teams leaving it late to get goals.
Josh Jones is preparing for a long throw. We're not done with this one yet. Jones tosses it in, aided forward, cleared out. Adams recycles. Tosh lines it up. Tosh bangs it around. A header from Gleedle ends up wide left.
Well, again, they come down the right-hand side. This is how they got the goal from Lancaster, from on top of the box. This time, Sean Tosh goes to the last post, and Sam Gleedle trying to clean up, but again, it's Stoffer just putting his body in between the player and the ball, and the goal rather, and just doing just enough to throw him off. And now Peñaranda will take his sweet time to take this goal kick, and you can't blame him.
Well, this match, the 12th time this year that Lou City have scored the opener. They'd won 9 of the first 11. And right now it looks like it might be sharing points A yellow card to Peñaranda. Well, we've seen a substitute. We've seen 2 goals. There might be some more time left in this one. Here's a booking as well. And that one's going to go on Calera. Well, the card's starting to fly here in the waning moments of this one. And it might have taken 90 minutes for something to happen. But it has right now. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Calera is in. He pokes this ball across on the bobble. A shimmy, a tumble, no foul. Dom crosses. It's headed back through the 6-yard box, and it goes wide. And nearly a late shocker. Goldthorpe was diving after it, and a thrilling last 10 minutes of this match ends the way we started. A stalemate. 1-1 here this evening. And Ryan, what a match this one was to watch. Perhaps a preview of the USL Cup final here tonight.
You see the team in form, Tulsa, who won their last 2 matches, oh, by the way, in the last 5 days, against a Louisville team who has not played in a USL game in 2 weeks. A slow start by Louisville, a quick start by Tulsa, but the home team worked their way into the match, dominated possession, dominated shots, dominated corners, but the big chances weren't actually created. Tulsa's stubborn defending and positioning has got us to this point, Mike. What a performance by the visitors. 3rd match in 8 days.
Heart rates rise in Louisville, and in the end, a point apiece on a goal apiece in this matchup between FC Tulsa and Lou City. We tie the bow on our coverage when we come back.
Power up your summer fun with the power of choice. Toyota's lineup offers the most electrified hybrid and all-wheel drive choices out there, like the built in the USA Tundra. Now get 1.99 APR financing on a new 25 Tundra, or $3,000 customer cash. Or lease this new 25 Tundra SR Crew Max for just $419 a month, with 2 years no-cost maintenance. That's the power of choice. Toyota, let's go places.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get up high quality like bread baked in store and down low prices everywhere you turn. Up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that keep adding up, hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Ready to upgrade your air for less? Durr does that. Right now, get a new water heater for free when you upgrade your heating and cooling system. Saving you money, just another reason A+ Durr is your call for comfort.
What a night in Louisville. 2 of the top 3 teams in the USL Championship collide tonight. Plenty of activity through the first 90, but it took till stoppage time for us to get our best moments. Move of the match brought to you by Toyota was a go-ahead goal from Cam Lancaster.
Well, Lambert is the one who took on some white shirts and laid it right onto the doorstep of Lancaster. Full of technique, full of skill, 1-0.
First goal of the season, 9th against Tulsa, but the visitors were not satisfied. Khalil El-Medkar, unmarked, scores the equalizer.
And Luke Spencer never did say die effort. Good delivery to begin with. Sissoko in their post, and the equalizer by Lancaster.
And with Charleston winning tonight, despite the game in hand for Lou City, it is a 3-point lead now for Charleston in the East.
I think they need those 3 points because Louisville still has a game in hand, so it gives the battery just a little bit of padding. But this Louisville City and Battery is going to go right down to the wire.
Those two teams play August 9th, and here's the West. For now, FC Tulsa atop the table, 29 points, but they have a couple teams in action later tonight.
And those 3 results, the 2 wins and a draw away to Louisville, that's going to propel this Tulsa team throughout the rest of the season.
FC Tulsa are unbeaten in their last 9 matches. Their unbeaten run will continue. Blue City, meanwhile, they stay unbeaten at home, and a thriller here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky ends 1-1. For my partner tonight, Ryan Davis, and our entire crew, I'm Michael Watchbank signing off. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.